is Samantha Viotty. I graduated from Wheaton College in 2014. I majored in Film and New Media Studies and minored in African American Studies. I actually was friends with a posse scholar from the year before, and she recommended that I apply to Wheaton because of its small campus and liberal arts education, which I was already looking at, and I was looking at small schools. And then Wheaton contacted me so that I could apply, and they offered me a free application. They didn't outright say it, but I think a part of their outreach to me is because I was a minority in New York City, to add to the diversity of their majority white campus. And I think like through Common App, schools are able to access some of that information. So I don't think I was approached as a minority, but I think that me being a minority had some factor. Financial aspects were a large portion of where I was going to school, and so Wheaton was the only school that offered me money, and so I ended up getting a scholarship there, and that's ultimately that's how I made my final decision. They satisfy a lot of financial need, and so that's really appealing to minorities who otherwise wouldn't go to private schools because who's going to fund it? And so a lot of minorities have gotten scholarships to Wheaton. Wheaton's really good at doing that, and that's how they get minorities to stay. There are two things that I think are really important in having minorities on campus in majority white spaces. The first is trying to educate everyone on what it means to be a minority in this space and outside of this space. We can do better with offering financial aid every year and matching the need with the way that tuition is rising. What schools did well was like making sure that I knew that there were other people like me on their campuses. I don't think any rep of color came to my school to speak. Also, my school wasn't like majority of color, but I think that when reps go to schools like Boston Public Schools, where the majority of students are a minority race, they send a rep that's not. When targeting minorities, like sending out pamphlets of people that don't look like them is not helpful. It makes students feel like that's not the place that they should be or where they belong. And I think it's important to like remind students of color that they do deserve to be on those campuses.